Hi, my name is Shannon Costello and I'm a registered dietitian with Corporate Fitness Works. Today we're in my home kitchen and we're going to be making some white bean salmon avocado burgers. These burgers take 30 minutes or less to get on the plate and use low cost and mostly shelf stable ingredients, allowing you to whip these up anytime you need a healthy meal quickly. With cardiovascular disease being one of the leading causes of death in the United States, we need to pay attention to a few key nutrients to improve our heart health, which are all packed in these tasty burger patties. These burgers not only contain lean protein, but are also really rich in potassium, fiber, polyunsaturated fats, omega-3 fatty acids, and a variety of trace minerals. Talk about a nutrient-dense and heart-healthy burger. Both beans and avocados are rich in potassium. Potassium is a mineral that helps the body regulate blood pressure by working against the negative effects of sodium and allowing the blood vessels to relax. It also helps with the electrical activity of the heart to keep it pumping safely so we can transport blood and nutrients throughout the body. Now the fiber comes from the white beans, the rolled oats, some red onion, and some of our burger helpings at the end. Fiber plays a huge role in reducing cholesterol in the body. And speaking of cholesterol, both the salmon and the avocados have heart-healthy fats that not only reduce the LDL or bad cholesterol in the body, but increase the HDL or good cholesterol. Okay, so this recipe is really simple to put together. You'll want to dice the red onion as finely as you can. Then instead of using panko or breadcrumbs, we're actually going to use whole rolled oats that we added to a small blender, and then you just pulse until it comes out to this coarse crumb-like texture. This adds extra fiber, protein, and minerals to the burgers. Be sure to purchase canned salmon that's packed in water with no added salt. So as you can see here, it says no salt added, and it's packed in water. This will help limit the sodium in your diet and the extra calories or fat that comes from those that are packed in oil. So just drain the excess water before you empty the can and put it in an extra bowl. Always check the nutrition label for any added ingredients such as salt or oil. Same thing with the white beans that we're using. Try to purchase no salt added or reduced sodium version, and still drain and rinse these in the sink as well, just to get rid of any unknown can residue that might be in there. If you are purchasing a can that does have salt included, that's totally fine. By draining and rinsing these first, you're going to wash away most of that excess sodium. Once all of your ingredients are ready, just add the white beans to a mixing bowl and then take the back of a fork, and we're just going to start mashing these. You can also use a potato masher, which would be really fun. And we're just breaking these down so that they're not whole anymore. This is going to help with the texture of the burger, and it will allow for the other ingredients to mash all together with the beans. Once the beans are mashed, we'll go ahead and add our canned salmon. So you're going to use that fork to kind of flake it apart and then just start to incorporate these two ingredients into each other. Pretty simple step here. It's going to start smelling a little fishy in the kitchen, right? And then after those are well incorporated, you're just going to add all the other ingredients except for the avocado. So we have our ground oats, we have our red onion, then we have some plain non-fat Greek yogurt. This is going to help make the burgers really moist. And then we'll add some Dijon mustard for some great flavor. Mustard and salmon go really well together. You can also save some mustard as a topping for your burger if you'd like. And then we have a variety of seasonings. So I'm going to add some fresh dill, but you are welcome to use dried dill if that's what you have on hand. We have some garlic powder. Again, feel free to use fresh minced garlic if you'd like. Then some ground cumin is really going to add some good flavor, and some freshly cracked black pepper, excuse me. So notice how we don't need any salt in this recipe because we're using a variety of different seasonings that are salt-free and getting flavor from other ingredients in the burger. So that's going to help reduce the sodium, which is a great thing about cooking from home, right? You can control those ingredients. So I'm just going to mix these all together before we go into adding our avocado. So this is everything mashed together, and the great thing about this burger recipe is that there's no raw ingredients. So you can easily taste test this along the way and add more seasonings based on your taste preferences. Okay, so now we're going to carefully fold in the diced avocado. Now there are two ways you can dice your avocado after you slice it in half. You can either place this face down on a cutting board and use your chef's knife to then cut it again in quarters, and then you can easily peel the skin back and slice and dice from there. I actually just like to take a regular dinner knife or butter knife and slice it right in the skin. So I'm using a very dull knife so that it doesn't puncture the skin into my hand, obviously. And then I just take a spoon, gotta do it the other way too. But then I just take a large spoon and I'll scoop it out of its skin. And then I don't need a cutting board at all for this. And the difference between stirring and folding is that folding is a little more gentle. We're not being too rough. We're trying to keep the diced avocado as whole as possible, but just trying to gently incorporate it into the rest of this mixture here. So now it's time to cook, but first we need to shape our patties. So prepare a small baking sheet, just line it with parchment paper or reusable mat, and then you're just gonna get a uniform scooper, whether it's an ice cream scoop like this or a cupcake scoop or a large spoon, whatever you have on hand. And this just helps us evenly portion the burgers. So I wanna make sure to get all the same sizes, and we're just gonna put that on our prepared baking sheet and then take the back of a spoon or a scooper and gently flatten it until it's about a 1/2 inch thick. This way it will nicely brown when it comes to putting it in our skillet. All right, so once your skillet is hot, we will just carefully transfer these patties onto the skillet. You can already hear it sizzling there. And just keep in mind that we will need to flip these, so you don't want to overcrowd the pan. And these ingredients, once again, they're already cooked, so this cooking process won't take long. We're going to cook each side for about 3 to 4 minutes, and it's really just going to help bring out the flavor of the ingredients and help everything stick together. Cooking, you can go ahead and prepare all your burger helpings. So I like to use some sliced tomatoes. You can add some more red or white onion for a little bit of a bite. Any type of lettuces that you have on hand for some crunch and some greenery. More avocado, pack in that unsaturated fat, potassium, fiber, any low-fat condiments that you like, so some more Dijon mustard over here, and then choose from some whole grain hamburger buns or even sandwich thins. You can also make this into a salad, so serve everything over a bed of leafy greens with your choice of dressing. And here we have our complete white bean salmon avocado burgers, ready for a delicious lunch or dinner, assembled with all your favorite helpings. You can pair this with a choice of, side salad, french fries, roasted veggies, or just eat it on its own. It's pretty filling with lots of protein and fiber in there. Just be sure to cool off any leftover patties completely before storing them. They'll save in the refrigerator for up to 3 to 4 days or in the freezer for 1 to 2 months. It's great freezer-friendly burger patty for a quick meal down the road. Enjoy!